Hello everybody. Today we will be talking about the grand life, and I'm also going to be talking about some stuff that you can use in order for you to get better at grand life. And of course, I have already seen a couple of mistakes that people tend to make, and of course, I will try to help you to not make those mistakes anymore, or at least try to. So, let's quickly go over grand life. Grand life is a scenario that is focusing on training, and you pretty much focus on collecting tokens that can be used for your training. And of course, you could use them on songs that will boost your training, and it also will overall make you better in the career. So it comes into three different ways. Of course, we have the default value, and then if your cards are on the training, you get more of these tokens. A bonus, by the way, if the card is scenario link, which of course is very good. And then we have the rainbow training, which is going to be giving you 2 tokens instead of 1. Let's go over this very quickly. You have about a 60% chance to get the main token from this graph over here, and then you have a 30% chance to get the secondary token. If you do not land on either of them, then you will probably get a random token from the training, but the tokens that are not listed. As for an example, let's go to the speed. This has the primary token and the secondary token over here. If you do not get either on that training, then you will probably get the token that is used for stamina, power, or wet, which of course is going to be something that you should take an eye on. Again, as for the scenario link cards, they give you much more tokens compared to other cards, and that is of course very good, especially for frontrunners that are using Mihono Perpetuate, or the pace chasers that are using, I guess, take on speed. The tokens on a rainbow training, by the way, is not random. It's based on the least amount of tokens of what you currently have. In this picture over here, we landed a 30% chance to get the guts token, and we have the least amount of tokens in mental, which is the wet token. We will get 24 to both because wet is the lowest one on our tokens, and then the guts because it rolled the 30% chance to get the guts token. So that is something that you should keep an eye on, and especially this is going to be very helpful in balancing your tokens out. And again, if you do not know, training with light hello has a chance that you will get plus 20 to the tokens that you have the least amount in. And that is of course very nice to balance your tokens out for the shop. As for the lessons or techniques on global and the songs, these are very simple. As for the lessons is very simple. You pretty much buy a lesson and you get the stats, the energy, or a skill that you would need. And of course, that is very nice. Each time you buy a lesson, you get closer to pretty much the song, and that is going to be the next thing. Song is when you buy a specific amount of lessons or techniques, you will be able to buy a song. Songs come in 2 different buffs, that being the immediate buff and then the post concert buff. So let's think about it like a very simple way. Let's say we want to buy the skill point bonus song in the middle. What ends up happening is that we will get the plus 2 skill point bonus immediately, but the specialty priority will be added at the end of the concert. As for the song list, I have seen this being shared around, and I think this is very good. I do not know who made this. If I do find out who made this, I will make a comment. And of course, this is very valuable. As you can clearly see, we have songs that are made in red. Those are very important songs, and these are the highest of priority. But let's just go through the years. As for the songs above, the ones that you should look out for is going to be the friendship bonus ones, though, especially because friendship bonus is multiplicative in the training itself, which of course is extremely powerful. As for the other ones that you should also look out for, the speed bonus is nice and the power bonus is nice, but on my opinion, I think the wet bonus is something that you could also consider. The wet bonus is probably more valuable than the power one, but all three are important. especially because the wit bonus you are probably going to click on wit a lot. The power bonus is simply there because you're training your speed, if you know what I'm saying. Then we have the songs that will appear in the first part of the second year. These are going to be 3 songs. This one is very simple. You always want to buy the 2 skill point bonus. This is very valuable and I highly recommend that you should go for it. And then you have the plus 2 speed bonus. This also is very good, and then you get specialty priority, which is very good for cars like Summer Marazinski speed to help make her more consistent on that speed training. And then we have the second year. In the second half we have 3 SP bonus song, which is going to be Grow Up Shine, which is probably the most important song out of this entire list, and I highly recommend that you go for the skill point bonus songs overall, because those will give you the highest amount of skill points and that will give you a big advantage compared to most songs. So the others are just whatever at this point. The 2 power bonus is very strong and the 2 whip bonus is very strong too. And then on the third year you have pretty much friendship songs, but the ones that stand out the most are the ones that give you 10% friendship bonus, which is of course very strong. And if you have not noticed, most of the songs require you to use the speed and guts token, which of course is going to be something that is going to be on your priority. If you can get 2 of these tokens like a lot, then you will be in very good shape, because those 2 are the 2 most used tokens for the songs. A thing about the concert is that there is 5 total concerts, which are going to be always in a specific pattern. For all 3 years it's going to be late December, and for the second and third year it's going to be late June. You don't need to buy the songs immediately because you can buy songs right before the concert. However, sometimes you could consider buying songs in the middle of the turns because you might get that skill point bonus song in the middle. The exclusive skill for this scenario is not something that I would recommend people to go, but here it is. It's called I Want to Win With You. What it is that if you are at a random point in the second half of the race, provided that you are 6th or above, for 1.2 seconds you get 0.35 target speed increase and 0.2 acceleration. How do you play Grand Life, and what are the mistakes that people tend to make? First off, the most important thing is equalizing your tokens. Equalizing your tokens is very strong, especially because most of the songs require you the speed and guts tokens. That means if we go all the way back over here for the lessons, let's say for example, what is the best option over here? It is going to be the one in the middle. Why? Because we are using power tokens to advance for our songs while keeping our guts and speed tokens to be at a good position. So that is something that I would recommend people to do, is try to equalize when you are buying songs, and try to avoid spending too much on the speed and guts unless you have excessive amount of. Another thing that I see people not really do is that something called carryover or song saving, whatever you wanna call it. I think song carryover is something that is going to be very strong. What it is very simple. Let's say we are at the debut, okay? What you are going to be doing is very simple. You're going to buy the first 3 songs, which of course is going to be something that most people can do. And if you manage to get on the 5th song, like this is song number 1, this is song number 2, this is song number 3, and you have one song has a default, so that is 4, and this is the 5th song. You are able to stop at here, and once you finish the concert and you get the tokens that you need to buy a specific song saved from this list, you buy it, and then what ends up happening is something very good. It basically makes it so that it counts as a technique or a lesson. So you're essentially saving a technique pure a time that you do this. It's very powerful, and I highly recommend that people should try to go for this. Sometimes you might get extremely good trainings to the point where, let's say on the 4th or like the third concert, for example. This is the classic year at late December. Let's say you are able to buy the song here while also being able to buy a song at all the way in the bottom. What ends up happening is that, see this one, you can buy this song, and all the way in the bottom over here you are just going to save that instead. It just depends on your luck, but this is something that can happen occasionally, and that is something that is going to be very powerful. However, not everything is sunshine and rainbows, because there are multiple thresholds that you want to check off before a run can be considered as a good run. For example, if you have not bought the fourth song by the start of the second year, which is going to be the first concert, then odds are your run is not going to end up being good. Then you have another issue. Do you have your cards at 80 plus bond or the orange gauge? Because that is when they are able to friendship train. If not, then you are going to be missing out on a lot of tokens, and that tokens will quickly ramp up, and you will realize, wait, my Uma is weaker than usual. Which means is that in the first two, you will probably click on the give up icon a lot, which sucks, but it is what it is. Another thing is that if you do not get the SP bonus songs, then you will probably end up just gluing the run. You can technically still make it work, but you will need very good trainings to substitute for the loss of SP, or if you have very good parents, then you could potentially get away with just the skill point bonus song being a bit late. However, if you do not get it at all, then you will probably just lead the Uma. Anyways, the last point, your wet cards. If your wet cards decided to troll and not be in that wet training in times where you are at half energy or something like that, if it happens way too much times, then your Uma is not going to be good too, which unfortunately sucks. For example, this scenario is just a pure training scenario. What is the most important resource? It's energy. If your fine motion, Mr. CB, nice nature, or whatever card that you are using is not going to land on that wet training most of the time, or like times where you need them, then you will probably click on rest. Clicking on rest means that you are not going to get as much stats, which of course sucks, but at the end of the day, if this happens way too much times, then you will probably not get a good run. My thoughts on the Grand Life scenario, it's a RNG scenario overall. There is not really much that you can do. If you get lucky on a career, then you are probably not going to get a lucky career for like a very long time, or potentially just get on a generational run and just consistently get very high rankings or a very strong aces for champions meeting. But for me, it is more RNG than Trackblazer with its shop. But hey, it consumes much less time compared to Trackblazer, so it is infinitely better. Auto or independent training makes this scenario a lot less painful to play, which of course is very very strong, and that is a very massive boon also for auto. It's just making parents without needing to do much is very strong, because if you are a casual player or a basic type of player like me, I'm making a video right now, I could just be making an ace in the time that I make this video, but instead what I could do is just run on auto, finish the video, come back, maybe I get something, maybe not, and of course that is very nice, especially for somebody like me. Now pretty much the Grand Life video is over. This part is not going to be like cut off at all. I will just talk the way that I talk, because I have started to see some comments that do slightly get me annoyed, but this is not pointed towards Lightburb. This video is very fantastic video, and it made me just want to talk about something that makes me uncomfortable sometimes when I make some of these videos. But this video just talks about independent training, and sometimes that maybe people are wrong, and that is including me. I have left a comment and I will talk about that more. So pretty much the independent training data that we have from that video, from his point of view, is not pretty much like enough data, or like not 100% consistent. So that has resulted in people like making videos early, like such as myself. And I decided to make it the video, and of course that, okay, as you can clearly see, I'm going all over the place. I usually cut off these parts, but this is important, trust me. Anyways, what ends up happening is that maybe something in that video was wrong, and then that gets shared around, and that is something that was just worrying for Lightburb's like, what, okay, what was it again? Pretty much he's just fearful that misinformation gets spread around to the point where it's not going to be, or no, it's going to be normal for people. I was like, oh, that is correct, when it's actually wrong. But we have been fed misinformation to the point where it's wrong. I do acknowledge that the graph may potentially be wrong. I also fall for this. I saw this and I was like putting too much trust, which is unfortunate. But let's just go over the comment that I left. By the way, the text in the bottom is something that I forgot to remove and put it on a note, but it is what it is. Anyways, I just left a comment. I'm going to talk about it, and that is going to be, hey, just watching this video while working on something, which was this video. The video was more so a discussion topic, so I just wanted to leave a comment talking about myself as a content creator. I've noticed that there are people, like, there is two types of people that go after me specifically. One part is the ones that actually is a common thing between me and Lightburb and potentially other global content creators, and that is just like, oh, you're a global content creator, equal your opinion is meaningless. I do not know what has happened and where this hostility come from like the people that are just like, oh, you're a content creator, oh okay, your opinion does not matter. Like, where did we get this? And like, hello, everybody is free to talk about their like whatever they think fits. Like, sometimes I watch a video, I'm like, oh, I disagree with some of the stuff said here, but I just do not go out of my way. In an instance, for example, where somebody just goes on my Discord or goes on my DMs and just like makes fun of me. I do not know why this happens, especially, I mean, not really, I know why it happens. It's not something that fits their, what can I say it, agenda, or like their way of thinking is what I'm going to be saying. So, the most common thing that people do when they do not agree with my takes or something like that is that they just make fun of my voice. It's crazy, but yeah, like, people are just making fun, and sometimes even when I pause, and you can clearly see sometimes I just go like say stuff and then like, oh, I was supposed to say this. You can clearly see this happening. First things off, I am not an first English speaker, or like English is not my first language. I've grown with English from Xbox. Like, I talk to strangers on Xbox, and that is how I got my English from the first place. So pretty much I learned English speaking to strangers on the internet. And second off, I'm from Egypt, and the education is not the best when it came to English. So of course some stuff that I type might have graphical errors. You can probably see it here. I don't know if there is. I see it and it's like completely fine on my end. Anyways, I just want to say, just because I am like from a different place and have different opinions, do not make a fun of my voice or just see me stutter. Then like, why do you go out of your way to spend time on someone that you disagree with? You go out of your way, go to their server, make fun of them, and just to get banned. Like, come on, man. Like, we don't really need to do this. Like, you're not like 13-year-old. Like, it has happened multiple times, and that is making me a bit uncomfortable. I just try to edit as much as possible, but it sometimes gets on your nerve, and for me specifically, when it gets on my nerve, I have to talk about it. And I don't care who it is, whoever the person is. If there's something wrong, I just make it completely clear on my end. So I decided to talk about this. There is one thing that I want to talk about, and that is regarding the independent trading video. That graph, of course, might have been potentially wrong. We just do not know. I'm just waiting until what ends up happening. What is the data that we have? There are people right now in the communities trying to figure out stuff together. I will probably try to get like multiple content creators community together just to figure out how to actually get proper information off of auto. I will try like to pretty much like make it a united project for everybody to figure out this system. Anyways, the thing is that for me, like this is something that I want to talk about the most. For me, when I make any of my videos, any information that I put, like originally I think that is correct. If there is any misinformation, if it is major, then I just immediately private the video, then redo the entire video from again, and then at that point where I was wrong, I correct it, and then I upload that video. It has happened multiple times, and it's very mentally draining, but I just care about people enjoying what I make over pretty much like the video doing well. As you can clearly see, sometimes I like there are videos where I'm like, oh, they announced it like the November 11 balance changes. When I made like I believe it was Champions Meeting 7. I have taken down that video, but it was just mentally draining to figure out everything, so I just decided to give up. So at this point, I just wanted to say that pretty much like it's not easy for me to just, oh, if I really cared about myself over the people that I actually enjoy making videos for, then this channel would have not been the same. And pretty much on my end is that I think for me, I just enjoy making videos of what I enjoy making over than just the video doing well and getting money. Because for me, like, I don't really care about how much I make. I don't care about the fame that I get. It's just something that is like on the side. For me, I don't even make that much money off of this YouTube. But like for me, I'm from Egypt. You can just like just type Egyptian pound to USD ratio. That amount is so much for me. So I don't really need money from anybody. I do whatever I want, and more often than not, the money that I get from YouTube, for most people it doesn't matter. For me, it just pays and it gets saved, and I don't even need to get money from this. Like, if there was an option that I was just like, hey, like after a specific amount of money, that's it from the video. Okay, that's cool. Anyways, that's pretty much it. That is going to be the video, and yeah, again, if okay, let's just go back because there's something that I want to talk about. Pretty much for me, I'm a very simple person. What it is that I make videos and I enjoy what. Okay, I enjoy what I make, and for me, I don't value like money over people enjoyment, because for me, making people that actually enjoy my videos tuning in every single time, saying, oh, this is helpful, oh, thank you for this, this has made me better at the game, or just made me in a better mood when I make a video. And like, let's say for example, okay, let's take an example. Why do people like enjoy watching Red New a lot? Why? It's very simple. It's because when he pulls, he gets the most shafted luck in every single banner. So people tend to watch, oh, is he gonna be unlucky on this time too? So that is something like people enjoy or like tune back in just because of the person. A lot of the times, not because of the video itself when it comes to specific topics. And that is something that I want for like the future. Is like people click or like people watch the videos just so that they want to learn something and also recognize who I am and just be a part of a community that I actually enjoy helping and making it a better place. And that is it. I'm sorry, this part is not like edited at all, and you can clearly see that I sometimes just go off of script. And when somebody says, again, let's go back to the stuttering point. The stuttering point, I just freeze a bit, and then like, okay, as you can clearly see, I paused over here. Stuttering, like when I stutter, I give it like a few seconds, like as you can clearly see, and then like I talk again. Then I edit off that part where I have been confused or like forgot to say whatever. So it is very draining for me, and that is it. like I think I that is everything that I wanted to say. Pretty much, if you are somebody that do not enjoy doing well, or like watching what I'm doing, then please find somebody else and let me enjoy whatever I want. It's very easy. We can just or like if you have problems, you can join my Discord and like criticize. Oh, maybe you could do this better, or have you tried this instead, or like something like that. I'm very open for that. But just to make fun of my voice or something like that, or just going out of your way to harass anybody on the internet, it's just some crazy loser behavior. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That is the video. As you can clearly see, I am still a lazy ass guy, and I have not updated this, like the current subscribers thing. I should probably update this, but again, thank you so much for watching. And if you have been at this point watching still, then I know that you are somebody that does enjoy making, or like enjoy watching what I'm doing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you found this video to be helpful, consider subscribing and consider joining the community server, and I hope to see you in the next one.